Welcome back everybody to more CSI. We're going to get straight into the next case called Diggin. This looks like to be some sort of construction yard, and we have Sarah Seidel along for this one. We should only have 3 more cases, including this one, to finish this game. If we're lucky, we'll finish this in 2 episodes. If we're lucky, of course. I might extend these length of these videos to 30 minutes, just for tonight. Just try and power through this game, because there's still games I want to do. CSI is fun, but I'm loving it's mostly just for nostalgia for me, because I love these games from my childhood.
Multi-million-dollar construction site that has just been shut down, waiting for us. Seems the work crew out there turned over more than just dirt. Specifically, human remains. The bones may be ancient, making this a historic site. Or if not so ancient, a murder. Either way, we need to dig up the truth.
You got it!
Hey, Sarah Seidel. You're the new recruit tearing up the place, huh? Well, if what we have is old bones, we'll just have to be advisors. What do you say we head to the dig site and get our hands dirty?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Straight there. No point going anywhere else. Don't understand why there's even a morgue option there.
I've already made a quick background check of the history. There have been a few archaeological finds west and south of the site, southern Paiute Indians. We'll have to identify this as either a potential crime scene or a possible ancient burial ground.
Alright, let's talk to this guy first and foremost.
I am Elliot Lansdowne, and I don't appreciate this inconvenience. You people are holding up construction and costing me dearly, every second. As a taxpayer, in all due respect, I'm asking you to move this along quickly, so my men can get back to it.
All I heard there was blah blah blah.
Just over 2 years, but I've been buying up land for 15. It was obvious the city would keep growing, including in this direction. In the land development business, 2 years isn't long at all, especially when you have to assemble enough parcels to build a casino this size. Anyway, putting together 250 mil of other people's money isn't an overnight affair. I put on my share of dog and pony shows to raise that kind of capital. I went through a broker to acquire most of the parcels that make up this site. The owner of this one? Never had contact. Mine is a speculative business. Informed speculation, but speculation just the same. I buy from intermediaries who link buyers with sellers. And some of the people I deal with, frankly, are flim-flam artists who've latched onto worthless land to con commissions out of greedy, stupid buyers. But someone like me can take advantage of their shady nature and pick up diamonds in the rough. Like this parcel. Only the backhoe. My crew are an experienced bunch, and knew enough not to touch a thing. Second we uncovered the bones, the operator shut down and brought me in. I knew damn well we needed to call you people in. But what bothers me? See, we got a couple of Native Americans on our crew. Good men, hard workers, but they've been spouting off about ancient burial grounds, and now I'm worried. Maybe this wasn't a diamond in the rough after all. More like a pig in a poke. Knock yourself out. Just do it fast, okay? I understand I got no choice in this. My land, but I got no say. Great.
Well, there's a human being's remains there, you know, that kind of changes things up, don't you think, asshole? Some tire tracks here, but this is a construction yard, nothing odd about that. Oh, got a tree here.
A bird's nest. We probably shouldn't disturb it unless we have a reason to. Bad karma.
Okay. We'll come back to you later when I finally find a reason to come over there. Right, what do I got here?
Tire impression in the dried mud. I don't think the Paiute left this, though. Judging by the treads around edges, it's been here a while. A couple of years, maybe.
Really? Seriously, a couple of years? They last that long? Let's do that. What's that?
Not my area of expertise. But could be an artifact. You know, more tribes than just the Paiute populated this region.
Let's pick this up. Some evidence there. I think that's pretty much all we're going to get from here. Let's back away. Yeah, that's done now. No more green. There's the digger. Right, okay, nothing over there, nothing over here. Right, let's go.
Here's the bones of contention. We'll need to make sure we care.
Right, okay. What was this?
The soil looks a bit darker.
Soil? Well, that sounds for this. It does look a bit darker there, actually, come to think of it. Right, what about... Right, let's slowly make our way up and have a look.
Unfortunately, that backhoe appears to have done some damage unearthing our friend. But it's clearly a skull. Note the nick around the eye socket. Lot of damage, too bad. 'Cause it may screw up checking dental records. I don't see any obvious dental work.
Huh. There's something here.
Tiny broken glass fragments. Hey, don't assume that makes this a modern corpse. The Paiute dabbled in colored glass beads. But this fragment, it looks clear, so perhaps it is modern.
What are these little nicks here in the eye sockets? Wait, is that us done with this then? Can't be. Finally we can use a brush, I think.
Part of an arm, right down to the hearty handshake.
Right, what do we see here?
Fingernails decayed a long time ago, but something survived. Tiny fiber of some kind.
Let's take that, and I don't see anything else. What the heck is that? Yeah, who knows? Wait, is that us? That might be us. Let's go to morgue with Al Robbins. Just, I don't know why, just in case they move the bones there or something.
Forget. Sure, I'll send a team out to retrieve it. You got?
Yeah, now let's look at this a little bit more in more detail. Look at that jawline. Missing teeth here. I can't see anything that is making me jump out. What is that? I don't know. Right, nothing else extraordinary.
All this blunt impact damage to the facial area, accompanied by some damage sustained to the cranial cavity, likely shutting down brain function almost immediately. We're talking blows to the face and head with a slim but heavy object. Repeated blows. Damage to the mouth area was too severe. I looked for signs of dental work unsuccessfully. You know, some dentists have started embedding ID tags and chips within porcelain caps and fillings just for situations like these.
Did our Vic have an ID like that?
I'm afraid not, Sarah. I just mention it as a point of interest.
Can you not? I was hopeful there.
In this state of damage, it's difficult to determine precisely, but an educated guess, based on the facial bone structure, makes it a human male, early 40s possibly. From remains like these with no other evidence...
Yeah, we knew that.
Well, mitochondrial DNA for sure. Keeping a database of DNA records is a fairly recent practice. Depending on how long ago the victim lived, and whether or not there'd been a reason to have his or her DNA cataloged, it may or may not be useful to you. Superficially, no, but the skull had a tiny hairline fracture on the occipital bone, which healed many years before death. Childhood injury or accident, maybe. I took a head x-ray. Sinus cavities are as unique as fingerprints. Some medical offices have been putting their archived x-ray records on an image-searchable database. If your victim is contemporary, you may be able to cross-reference it and maybe get an identity. Sinus cavities somewhat damaged, possibly from the weight of the backhoe.
Right, that's a lot of stuff. Let's nip over to the dig site just quickly one more time before we go to the lab. See if taking those remains away is unearthed anything else that we want to have a look at. Now that the remains are gone, is there anything left? No. Literally no. Okay, let's talk to Lance.
Nothing else for you.
Nothing. Okay, so lab it is. Let's get dug into this case. Nice and good. We wanna crack down on this. Let's start off with our trace evidence. So the tire tread and the soil sample.
I had a comprehensive soil analysis run on the sample. The report found that based on the calcium, magnesium, and chloride levels, the soil immediately around the body was turned recently, relatively speaking. Best guess is between 1.5 and 2.3 years. At no added cost to you, I also had the electrolyte levels checked to see if our decomposing victim gave off any clues while taking the dust-to-dust trip. Came back clean, suggesting the victim was otherwise healthy at the time of death, except for the dying part.
So, we've got an approximate time for when the body was buried. 2 years. Doesn't confirm the age of the victim, but it's a start. A good one. Thanks, Greg.
So this is a murder. Most definitely a murder.
It's a fiber of some sort. Definitely modern, some kind of synthetic. I'll prepare for the microscope.
And the victim DNA.
That...
Now the sinus x-ray.
Being here to serve, I scanned the...
And the arrowhead artifact.
It's chert, a hard, brittle form of silica. These sharp edges and points are likely man-made, though. If this is an arrowhead, you're looking at a historic site, no matter what else you might find out there.
Then we should bring in an archaeologist, for the site's sake, if not the Vic's. Still, learning about that patch of desert might help us reinterpret our evidence.
Now what about... Oh, we should look at the art of this as well, actually. No. What about the glass from the skull?
Such a small piece of glass, I can't really tell you much. Maybe in the
Right, so that's meant to the microscope. Okay, so we're done, so let's start doing our CSI thing. Let's look at the tire treads first. Let's see if we can get a match to that.
It's too weathered for a definitive match to anything in the database.
Way too weathered. What about DNA from the victim? Let's see if we can get anything. DNA record 22096, you are not a match. 37423, you are not a match. 80452, no match. 45563, no match. 28255, no match. Now, none of those matched, so you'll see that. Search links for the sinus x-ray.
That narrows it down a bit. Just a half dozen candidates over the past 2 years. Still, we need something more definitive about the Vic to narrow his identity further.
This is one of these guys. Right, the victim DNA is still not done. Let's look at the microscope stuff. Right, what do we got? Let's look at the dirty fiber.
Looks as if our victim snagged a little fiber underneath his fingernail. In defense or desperation? Brown, quite thick. Heavy cloth, like a covering or carpet. Hey, I've seen this before. It's from a contemporary eyeglass lens, a fragment of crown glass. Pattern of curvature indicates the owner had hyperopia, farsightedness, and used progressive bifocals. I'd estimate the spherical number at around 2.35 diopters. Definitely prescription, since grocery store reading glasses always come in 0.25 increments.
We can cross-reference the names of glasses, possibly. But I think... Oh no, wait, we've still got the... No, we've done it. Yeah, we've done everything. Brass, it's time for you, my friend. You've got to pull some record and do some stuff.
Yeah?
Right.
I can make that happen. I'll just call the university, have them send somebody over to the site. Can't promise how fast, though. Not like these profs are sitting around waiting for our call. Apart from the construction itself, nothing. But I can tell you the press is all over this mess. Nothing like some rolling bones to spark the media's imagination. That new casino has been hyped to the hilt, and that makes this little story way too big for my taste. Play your cards close to the vest on this one. Get serious.
Let's go go back to the dig site and see if we can do anything, although I don't think we can unless the archaeologist is there. I think he might be there. Yes, he is, actually.
Nothing else.
Sorry, I should have introduced myself. I'm John Montana. I'm an archaeologist from the University of Western Nevada.
Sericidal Crime Lab, this is my partner. Frankly, Mr. Montana, I didn't expect service this fast. We were told it was unlikely an expert like you could just drop everything and head out here.
I didn't have any classes today, and besides, the Paiute are my specialty. When I heard of human remains discovered out this way, well, I just had to dig in, so to speak. How can I help? Arrowheads of this type date the site to before 1640. Most likely Southern Paiute Indians, as I expected. Putting together that arrowhead with these ancient remains, I'd have to say this is a Paiute burial site. I doubt Native American activists will put up with a casino here.
What makes you think these remains are Native American?
The Paiute typically buried their dead in a location like this, with artifacts like that arrowhead. It's consistent with their practices and beliefs.
Okay, if we're looking at a Paiute site, why would a developer begin construction, or even buy a property without first having an expert assess it?
He probably wouldn't, but it's a big desert, Ms. Seidel, and as I understand, it took a backhoe to unearth these remains. Even experts make mistakes sometimes.
Well, I don't know about that.
Looking around, I'd have to say no, but a qualified no. See, I've evaluated scores of such sites over the years when an expert opinion's been needed. Still, had I been called, I can tell you I'd advise my client that this site is rife with red flags. It's a typical spot for Paiutes to settle. Well, I suppose anything's possible, but why on earth would anybody want to?
I'm going to take a wild stab and say to hide a modern crime in the context of ancient artifacts.
Ms. Seidel, while your imagination is as admirable as it is fertile, I can give my expert opinion that this site is Paiute, with historical and religious significance.
What do you have to say about that?
Before I bought it, it was. Also, it was surveyed and cleared for large-scale construction. Or so I was told. Shows you what an expert opinion is worth these days. If I'd known these kind of headaches had been waiting for me out there, I'd never bought the damn land. You know, historical sites are virtually worthless to a developer. What am I gonna do? Put up a casino museum? Now, I'm embarrassed to say, I don't. Wish I did. Moved into a bigger office around the time we bought this property. If you ever moved in your life, you know how it goes. Dump things into boxes, and it's like they fell into a black hole. Which is where the backgrounder file on this property ended up, I'm afraid. Plus which, that real estate broker went out of business a while back. Moved out of state, I think. Not really. Bunch of junk, kind of stuff you run across anytime you clear land for construction. But there was enough to put a box of it together. My guys picked through it, probably took anything that was worth anything. But you're more than welcome to the leavings. Nothing else.
There's the box. Let's look through it.
Junk box Mr. Lansdowne mentioned.
Right. Oh, well, wow. Oh,
Baseball
hey,
bat.
baseball bat. Yeah. Important, I think.
Something embedded. Nothing for us. We can't.
Something here.
We can't. We can't. Try some. It's a tiny piece of glass.
Uh-oh. I think we may have our murder weapon.
Pretty badly burned at this end. We can't.
Right, what else? Well, the watch.
A watch. Kind that's right only twice a day.
It's broken. Right, okay. Right, with our new evidence, let's go to the lab again. And we're probably going to match that piece of glass to the piece of glass that was found.
Clear, thin glass.
Yeah, that's gonna be a match.
Burned bat. Must not have had any homers left in it.
Yeah, but what about? Is there something in this? There definitely is.
That's not... We can't...
What is it that I use here?
Except...
Oh, damn it. It was that. Right, damaged rituals. Let's look at it first before we give it to Greg. Nothing.
Okay, we got a broken watch, weather damaged. Was able to look up the brand, Rolston Precision Classic. Very distinctive band on that model.
Okay. Now let's have a look-see.
Glass fragment looks cleanly cleaved on one face. Perfect fit. I think we have a relic of a murder here. Question is, who stepped up to the plate?
Well, there we go. Can we put these together? Nah, I don't think so. Right, and what else do I have? Nothing really else. Let's maybe we'll check out the lab, then we'll check out Brass, and then we'll go back to the crime scene. It is a crime scene now, for sure.
Well, it's a fairly narrow nick with a slight curvature. Wire-framed glasses? Not unlikely.
Let's say our Vic had his glasses on when he was struck in the face, shattering the glass and embedding it in the tissue. Killer tries to clean it off, but some pieces were just too deeply embedded. We have a violent homicide here. Possibly a spontaneous...
I love it when that happens.
You...
Right, is there anything we can do with the remains? I don't think so. It keeps on telling me there's something here, but I don't think we can really do it yet. Maybe matching dental records or something, but nothing yet. Brass, what have you got for me? You got anything for me at all?
What's up? Get serious. Not yet. Not...
Right, back to the crime scene then, it seems. I may have missed something. Right, okay. Let's put our thinking caps on, boys and girls, and get this done.
Nothing else.
There's nothing else there. So I must have missed something. Let's have a look at the bird's nest maybe yet? Still no for the bird's nest.
I might be able to help.
Fibre in the bat.
Really? Not...
Right, so really it's the fibre in the bat. So I'm missing evidence stuff. Analysis.
What's up?
Right, wait, that's all done with, that's done with. The victim DNA, the dirty fibre is not done with, the tire tread is not done with. Really, the only thing I've got to go on is this burnt baseball bat. It's burnt, and I did find out that it was... Oh, there we go. Missing something here. I swear I saw that go green. Nope, that must be done. Right, this is all done. I can't compare it with anything. DNA, no. It must be the DNA. Search it. Maybe I'm having one of those times when the DNA just won't match. So we'll just try everything.
Not quite a match. These don't match. These...
Ugh! Damn it. I doubt I'm gonna get an actual result here, sadly.
Not quite a match. Sorry.
No, I was right off the bat. Now, it's this burnt baseball bat. It's just... not got much to go on here. Not got much to go on so far at all. This is... we're turning up... we're coming into a bit of a trouble here already. But I'm going to leave this episode here. When I come back, we'll try and approach this episode with this case again with a bit more of a clearer head. I'll see you guys that then. You know, I do this a lot. I've done like nearly 1,200 videos and I still can't talk English sometimes. It's unreal.